September 11 attacks, or also called as 9/11 attacks, is a series of airline hijacking and suicide attacks committed in 2001 by 19 militants associated with the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda, which targeted the United States by crashing into the Pentagon, a field outside Washington, D.C., and the most famous World Trade Center that killed 3,000 people. This is known as the deadliest, most traumatic, and most devastating terrorist attack that ever happened in the American soil in the US history. They don't want to remember this incident because a lot of people suffer and die, and many families lost their loved ones. The official story is that Osama bin Laden is the terrorist mastermind behind the attacks. But did you know that there's a movement to believe that 9/11 is just made out by the US government? Good day to all, my name is Christian Kenneth Bodoy, and today we're going to talk about the social movement regarding 9/11, which is called 9/11 Truth Movement. So in this video, you will learn about another perspective of people towards the 9/11 incident. So what is the 9/11 Truth Movement? The 9/11 Truth Movement evolved alongside the Families Movement. By the time of the second anniversary, in September 2003, the 9/11 Skeptics Network was able to draw thousands of participants to research conferences, like in New York City, Berlin, London, Toronto, the Bay Area, Durham, New Hampshire, and other cities. Some believe that 9/11 was a smokescreen for far more bigger American conspiracy. One would ultimately lead to war against Iraq leader Saddam Hussein and allow United States to access Iraq's most prized commodity. Yeah, guess what it is? Yeah, it's oil. Yeah, sana oil. Majority of people in this movement did not smell deceit on that fateful day, but some of them did. Many of these people have this thought that really questioned them. Questions like, where were the fighter planes during that time? Did they just wander around or go somewhere? Why was Bush behaving in such a bizarre fashion, listening to a story of a pet goat while the towers were in flame? Why did news reporters say that Flight 93 was shut down and then change the story later? And lastly, why didn't the Pentagon defend itself? That's why this movement exists, and it's because people become skeptical towards their government's action. They felt that their government is hiding something from them, and their government doesn't want to tell it to them. 9/11 Truth Movement also have their website, which states their history, their goals, their mission, and the reason why such a movement exists. So 9/11 Truth Movement has 5 missions, and the first one is to expose. Next is to promote. And the third is to seek. The fourth is to advance, and lastly, the fifth is to end. So each of these missions have their own meaning, and we're going to discuss it one by one. So for their first mission, they wanted to expose. They wanted to expose the government's lies and cover up surrounding events of September 11, 2001. Next is to promote. They wanted to promote best investigative reporting, scholarly researches, and public education regarding the suppressed realities of September 11. Next is to seek. They wanted to seek justice and redress for those wronged on September 11. The fourth mission is to advance. They wanted to advance these purposes that are needed to be addressed and resolved only in an open and peaceful fashion by a sovereign, educated, and fully informed people who always hold trust first. And lastly, they wanted to end by way of integrity and God-given creativity, the regime and illicit power structures responsible for 9/11, and to replace the system that made 9/11 necessary. So those are the 5 missions of the 9/11 Truth Movement. And by doing this, they believe that they're doing the right thing if these things are achieved. So if they achieve those 5 missions, they believe that they're exposing the truth, which is uh, the government is just using a made up planned incident to get something, or to get material or something there. So yeah, they believe that by doing this, they're exposing what is right. So in conclusion, 9/11 Truth Movement is a movement that seeks justice. So it's basically a social movement regarding the 9/11 incident, which believes that the government just um, use a made up plan, use a made up incident for them to gain something from other places. And by doing those things, this movement exists because they wanted to seek truth and they want to seek justice. And that's really it for this video. So I hope that you learn a lot as you watch this, and I will end it already here. Thank you for watching.